I was lucid dreaming, and I started talking to animals. You're waking up with Bug and Moss.
Good morning, democracy, from the skittering studios underneath your favorite rock. It is 7 o'clock on this democratic morning. You're listening to the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. Hello.
We're finally making the pivot to conservative talk radio.
It's not conservative, Bug. I simply love democracy.
What's up with our layout?
Our layout?
Why am I all the way over here?
Because every morning I wake up and I put on my makeup. Because, Bug, every morning I do this dance where I wake up, I open OBS and we sit down and you're centered in your camera and you're all the way off the screen. And so then I drag us around and I slide us around. And then somehow when we start the show, you're always not where I put you. And then at the end of the show, guarantee you're going to be off the side of the screen again.
Okay, but like I was in the center of my camera.
You're in your spot, but now you're taller than me. Like you, I feel like your camera's up high and pointed down.
I mean, it is.
We got some weird angles.
My camera is up high and pointed down because you adjusted it that way recently, and I assumed it was for a reason.
Oh, well, no, it wasn't. It
Okay.
probably looked good at the time, and it looks weird now.
We have to drill a hole into the desk so that my camera isn't mounted on a mic stand, which is what I think is happening right now.
We'll figure that out. Good morning. Welcome to the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show, and especially welcome Chloe to Twitch.
Welcome to Twitch, gamer.
Bug Fan Club is on Twitch now. Thank you for being our 61st follower. Good morning to Coyote Astronaut, Leonard. Good morning, Emily. And good morning, Daddy. And good morning to you, dear listener. We've got a great show for you today. We open today with music, some of my favorite modern orchestral music, I think. The theme song from Helldivers 2, composed by Wilbert Roger. And I wanted to talk about him a little bit because he seems really cool. That song rips.
Yeah.
Also, Leonard said masterful transition. Thank you. When that beat happened, I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is going to be perfect. That's from the game Helldivers 2, which is a game I didn't expect to love as much as I do. It's all about democracy, Bug. That's where I was coming with that.
Oh, I think I thought it was about hell.
No, it's about protecting Super Earth from all these horrible bugs and robots and things that don't believe in democracy. And it's a very fun, very satirical game. It's like it's a shoot 'em up game.
Yeah.
The thing I think that rips about it, and I think probably fully 40% of what makes the game absolutely rad, is Wilbert Roger's soundtrack, man. The music absolutely just rips shit the whole time. It kicks ass. And I had to look up. I was like, who is this guy? Who made this music? Because like for me, he's on the level of like Klaus Badelt from Pirates, or Hans Zimmer is a big one to say because Hans Zimmer spans so much stuff. But at least Klaus Badelt. And this guy Wilbert Roger did, and it might be Roget, R-O-G-E-T, not entirely sure. He is a LucasArts staff composer. He started that way in 2008. He wrote music for several games in the Star Wars universe, including Star Wars: The Old Republic. BAFTA and DICE Award-winning and Grammy-nominated Helldivers 2. Did the music in Mortal Kombat 1, Call of Duty World War 2, Star Wars Vader Immortal. He's done a whole bunch of different music for a bunch of different games. And his bio says, inspired at an early age by classic Japanese game soundtracks, Roger specializes in writing music that employs memorable themes developed throughout the score in a traditional fashion. He balances modern production with classic construction, creating fresh and contemporary soundscapes as well as nuanced orchestrations. Yeah, this dude rips. His stuff is great. I'm gonna just like go listen to anything else he does because that music in that game was awesome.
Can we talk about how he looks like the sweetest guy in the world?
Yeah, he also just has great vibes in his photo. He looks. I'd love to like chat with him sometime about the way he approaches music.
You should email him and see if he'll come on the show.
I should. That would be very fun. So checking up on the chat. Leonard says, I've never played, but I always just assumed it was basically Starship Troopers, the game. Yeah, kind of. It's a blast, man. It is so much fun. It's weird to get used to, and then once you get in the rhythm of it, I have not had a game capture me quite like Helldivers 2 has. And it's weird, because my first thought when I first played it, I was like, oh, this is going to be some straight people shit. This is like a straight dude game, like a Call of Duty type game. Nah, man, it rips. It's super good. Matt Bliss says, haven't played, but I hear it's a great satire on Americanness. It 100% is. It's super funny. And Chloe says that making a Twitch account took literal weeks because someone made one with her email.
Oh my God, that's so annoying.
How does that happen, man? That's crazy. That's wild. Anyway, what you got on the show today, Bug? That was my little introduction. I've just been really vibing on Wilbert Roget's music.
Yeah, I mean, I think that track rips. It also makes a lot of sense that he has worked with Lucasfilm and LucasArts, because I feel like one thing that does seem pretty consistent with George Lucas's properties is that the soundtracks usually rip.
Yeah. I mean, the music in Star Wars is fucking excellent.
Yeah,
right?
and like in the video games and stuff too. Like when I think of that, I would definitely not think to critique the music. I'd be like, yeah, that shit's good.
Yeah, honestly, there's a question too. Who is if you have someone, I'd like you to call in 848 Mossbug. What's like a composer or a score or music from a piece of media where the music isn't the main point? Like, who's your favorite non-band music creator? Or if you don't know the creator, favorite non-band music? Like, is there a game that has tracks that you really love? Like Colin says, Knights of the Old Republic music slaps. That may well have been Wilbert. I have not read his full credits, but that might be our guy.
Yeah.
Do you have a property, Bug?
So one composer that I think of a lot, although could I pull a track off the top of my head? No, is that I'll be listening to anything I like and I'll just see that it's Alan Silvestri.
Alan Silvestri. I don't know that name.
He's like everywhere, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find some stuff on him. Vamp.
Coyote Astronaut says Soul Reaver 2, which I don't know what that is. And N Squared says not a game, but the soundtrack to The Leftovers, the TV show, is incredible. I've been told I would really like The Leftovers. I have not seen that yet.
So Alan Silvestri has done so many movies. The Back to the Future series, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Death Becomes Her, which is like, one of my favorite movies of all time, despite the fat phobia in the beginning. Forrest Gump, The Polar Express, and this is just like, it starts with, that's all one director he's worked with. And then the next paragraph is just like, also all of these, and this makes complete sense. Stuart Little, Practical Magic, Lilo and Stitch, Father of the Bride.
Oh, wow.
Like he's just everywhere. He's really prolific.
A real Caleb Ritchie type.
Yeah, he's in everything.
Yeah, also shout out to Caleb Ritchie, the composer for 13, who makes amazing music. These people that do music for things, I don't know, there's something about that I love. Like, I think it's really cool. Like, that's a different way of writing music that I've never really tried to do personally. I've made some things that were like for background music beds, but that's different than when you're like composing for a story or for a game, and I think it's really cool. Colin says the music for Severance is super good. Have you watched Severance, Bug?
No.
We need to watch Severance.
I know we do. We keep getting told about it.
Big time. Emily says the Rapunzel composer. Matt Bliss says non-band makes it hard because I always go for Need for Speed Most Wanted for best assembly of tracks. Yeah, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Also Tony Hawk's Underground. Talking about band games, like games that have really good real soundtracks. Those Tony Hawk Underground games live in my brain.
The Tony Hawk American Wasteland soundtrack is very responsible for me having actually kind of cool music taste as a kid.
Yeah, same, for real. That and ATV Off-Road Fury 2 got me into System of a Down.
Yeah.
It got me into, I think, Linkin Park was the first time I heard them there. Coyote Astronaut says always a Danny Elfman boy. Can't forget our homie Danny Elfman.
No, Danny's great.
Oingo boingo, daddy. Let's do it. Danny Elfman has an unmistakable sound to the stuff he makes.
Yeah.
The Simpsons theme is fucking crazy, man.
The Simpsons theme is a kind of perfect piece of music.
I think so too. I think from top to bottom, it's this weirdly traveling, like strangely perfectly arranged thing with a very unpredictable melody that has no right to be catchy, and then he makes it catchy.
I feel like he did that thing that like a lot of the pieces that you'll see performed on Old Sesame Street did, where it's just cool. It's interesting. Like he had fun doing it, and people aren't stupid. People like things that are cool, and they can get like things that are cool and sound interesting can be catchy too. Yeah,
not just like, yes, yeah. I think I know what you mean, because his stuff is more like musically complex. Like it's weird from a music theory standpoint. And usually you'd think like, oh, there's like this divide between very sort of, I keep wanting to say tonic. I don't think that word's right, but I'm not that smart on music theory. But you know what I mean? Like stuff that's very easy to swallow. It's all like in the same key. There's not any chords that are particularly crazy. And then there's this other divide where you have like free form, secular madrigals or whatever. Jordan said that, like jazz. That's crazy. But yeah, Danny Elfman like lands right in that middle. Leonard says the Mass Effect soundtrack gets me every time. I love the Mass Effect soundtrack too. The music that plays in the map, just that like that lives in my brain.
And Emily was thought that I meant Alan Menken when I said Alan Silvestri. That was the other name in my mind because Alan Menken is responsible for the Hercules soundtrack and a ton of other soundtracks from growing up that are just like spectacular. I think the music in Hercules is some of the best music in a Disney movie. I'm saying that
Really,
separately.
The Hercules music, I can't conjure that to mind.
Oh my God, I can go the distance. It's so good. I want to say that separate from movies like Coco that are about music. I think what's cool about the music in Hercules in a sort of separate vein is that it is a soundtrack. Like it is a musical, but it's a musical in sort of like a more woven into the story way than something like Coco that's about music.
Yeah, Coco's very much about music.
Yeah.
No, but I do know what you mean. And Hercules does feel pretty integrated because as you mentioned that, I was like, oh yeah, and there's the song that all the muses sang on the vase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
It's so good.
Also, Matt Bliss mentioned Mick Gordon, the Doom guy who wrote music in Doom. Mick Gordon is also fucking a real talent. Yeah, man, there's so many talented, cool people out there making really iconic music. And it's just one of those things that it really shapes the tone of and your experience of a piece of media in a way that you don't consciously always clock. And so I don't know, I really want to take a minute and just stop and clock it. And I also, it's really cool to see in chat so many people being like, oh, and this was great, and this was great. And there's just so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
One of my favorite soundtracks that isn't complex or interesting at all is Alan Silvestri. And I was like, is this Alan Silvestri? Is this why he's really on my radar? It is. It's because it's the Overboard soundtrack. I don't just kind of like Overboard. I love Overboard. And I get stuck in my head like crazy. There's this amazing riff in the title screen that I'm going to pull up for you guys, and then we can move on.
Oh, man, Bug. That's so funny. You might like Overboard more than anyone on the planet.
I do.
It's not, and I'm not deriding it. I think it was a great movie. But it's just funny how much you like it and how often it comes up.
Are
in
you
our
ready for
lives.
me?
Yeah, Bug.
Okay, let me start this from the beginning.
Oh. I feel like we were close enough.
Just calm down. Stick with me. This is what's happening in my brain if it's not Glenn Miller's in the mood.
I love the dinky MIDI banjo.
Yeah. It's just, this is such a vibe to me.
This is so funny.
So that's Overboard. This is my king, Alan Silvestri. I think he would probably die if he was like, this is what people are hearing first of me.
It's so it's got so much 80s stink on it.
It is so 80s. This is a 1987
like
film.
That pad with the sharp bell. Like, man, that makes me feel like almost StarCraft.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Colin in the chat said this feels like if Banjo-Kazooie and Oliver and Company had a kid.
Yeah,
that's right.
Real. Why should I worry? Oh, man. Talking about that, too, though. StarCraft, soundtrack for StarCraft 1. Fucking love that. That lives in my head. and Squared said in the chat, this is like when you get a piano for the first time and run through all the MIDI instruments included.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Alan Silvestri was just like, next preset. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, next preset. That's nice.
It cannot be overstated how much that
Casio coded, as Colin said.
Oh yeah, it can't be overstated though how much like that is what I think a really talented composer is able to do, because it's interesting to do a kind of art, like to have your bread and butter be a style of art that is by its nature collaborative. Mm-hmm. It's never just about you.
Yeah.
You're not, your soundtrack is about the other art that it is like lifting up.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it too, because like you may be the person composing for it, but yeah, through the entire step of the process, you have to keep in mind like what this is for and what it needs to like serve and evoke. And gosh, I mean, I feel like it's common knowledge that like the sound of something is far more important than any of the visuals, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like almost every single person, you could watch a really low quality video, and as long as the audio is really high quality, you won't really perceive it as low quality. I mean, to an extent, you might be like, wow, this video looks like shit, but you'll watch through the whole thing if the audio is good versus if the audio is dog shit. Even if the video is 4K, it's pretty hard to like enjoy something.
Yeah.
And I feel like music, it also has just such an underlying emotional context that it brings to things.
I think what you're saying is absolutely captured by video games, right? Like
Yeah, man.
early video games being like 4 polygons or whatever you have to work with, but then like the tracks also not having very many bits to work with, but creating these really recognizable and really evocative songs.
Oh, yeah. All the stuff they were able to do with extremely limited tools, like all the chiptune stuff, genuinely incredible. The composers that work for Nintendo, I cannot remember the guy.
Yeah, dude. I know the guy you're talking about.
The Mario guy.
Yeah.
Amazing work. Yeah. Man, music's cool.
Music's cool, dude.
That's the lesson of that's the moral of today's story, today's fable. Music is cool.
And the other thing I have to bring to you all today is a bug advice.
Oh, a bug advice? Oh, I love that. Oh, and N Squared in the chat has said, oh, dude, Moss, speaking of this, there's an audio nerd game I need to remember to put in the Discord.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Audio nerd game? Yes, please.
In my head, it's just the game in Mario Party 7, the mini game where you catch music notes. You're like, man, this is for all my real audio nerds out there. This is for audiophiles.
Or like those people in Stardew who make the paths that you like walk down and it plays a song.
That's insane.
That's like nearly like audio engineering, right?
No, that is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
I felt like the one that we watched that was so insanely timed, I can't remember what song it was.
Living on a Prayer, and they managed to get triplets in there,
It was
super cool.
Unreal. That is real audio nerd stuff. That comes all the way back around.
I mean, I also have seen like a lot of like Minecraft videos and like other videos of people doing that, and songs are like Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Is it? I feel like Zelda, people making songs where you hit blocks. I feel like I've seen that a few times, and people always blow me away.
Yeah,
with what they create. This game that N Squared is talking about, they say it's an audio nerd puzzle game I played like 15 years ago that I remembered yesterday. You got to manipulate MP3s to find passwords.
Ooh.
That sounds cool as hell. Hell yeah. Matt Bliss says Last of Us Part 2 guitar strumming game. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I don't know. That's weird enough. Last of Us is weird enough and just outside my knowledge enough. I've only seen the, 3-hour Tim Rogers review of The Last of Us.
Yeah, I barely know anything about Last of Us except I've spent hours watching a Tim Rogers video about it.
Yeah, shout out Action Button. Always shout out Action Button.
Yeah.
Tim Rogers, someday I want to sit down and have a conversation with you. I'm saying this directly to you, Tim.
I assume you're listening.
This part of the video is only for you.
Yeah, everyone don't listen. This part's just for Tim Rogers.
I don't know that Tim would watch this show.
I don't think he would.
That doesn't feel like but I don't know. I don't fucking know the guy. Leonard says Metro 2033 has haunting acoustic stuff that's worth listening to on its own. And Matt Bliss has sent in a video. I'll only be able to share the audio because I had OBS issues and lost the ability to share stuff from my computer.
Oh.
However, here it is. Oh, wow. Okay, so you hear what we're hearing. Bug, will you describe what we're seeing?
Someone is playing a guitar in The Last of Us. So they're using a controller to control a character in the game playing this.
There is a pad that you control with the analog stick that points towards different chords, and then you strum on the touchpad of the PS5 controller, PS4 controller, and this person is absolutely shredding, except I think the audio might be fake. I don't think so, because there's no way they're doing a melody. This audio has to be kind of fake.
Yeah.
But there's this guitar strumming game in The Last of Us 2. Unless that's real, but I don't think it is. That said, now I kind of want to try this.
Yeah, maybe we'll figure it out. See if it's a dupe.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and pivot, Bug. Let's go ahead and swing around. I think I could use a little bit of some Bug advice.
How about a healthy dose of advice from Bug?
Hi, guys. Today, my advice is about good food. I think...
Good food.
Good food. TM. I think that there is an obsession with individual responsibility, especially in the United States. Stick with me.
Okay.
Health fads, diet trends, and miracle supplements reign supreme because at a base level, our healthcare system is so dysfunctional that we all try to manufacture a sense of power over our health that isn't real. Mm-hmm. And I think, this might sound like a super roundabout way to get back to the idea of good food, but I promise it's related.
I believe you.
Thank you. I hear most people I know use a lot of the dreaded shoulds when it comes to what they eat. I know I should stop eating out, or I shouldn't keep eating quesadillas. Or
I should stop eating an entire pack of Land O'Lakes orange American cheese before going to sleep.
Yeah, just the entire pack. Or I should buy more vegetables so that I stop eating an entire pack of Land O'Lakes American cheese before I go to bed.
Yeah, so I stop eating an entire pack of Land O'Lakes orange American cheese and form a bear-style hibernation plug in my body.
Yeah. But I want to push back on some of that ideology. We all want to eat well, and we all want to feel good. We all want to be healthy, whatever that means for each of us. Good food is subjective, and there's no one size fits all for a diet plan. So I think first and foremost, most of us need to heal our relationship with feeding ourselves. So here's a few things that might sound kind of, revolutionary? Like, am I a visionary? I don't know.
Okay. There's a couple comments in chat before we get into your list. Matt Bliss says, I heard someone coin the term tyranny of shoulds.
Yeah.
Which is very good. The tyranny of shoulds as you're talking about. And N Squared says, I just ate too many hash browns, but I feel great.
Yeah. And I think that's beautiful.
Good to see you. Good morning, Karama Roar. Thank you for the lurk. So, Bug, what are these revelations?
Whatever you can afford is good food.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Yeah. Whatever you can afford is good food.
What if all I can afford is Land O'Lakes orange American cheese?
Then you're feeding yourself and you're eating.
Yeah.
And that's good food.
That's, I guess.
Good food is not something that you can name and justify in a vacuum. We don't exist in a system where we are guaranteed food. Whatever you can afford is good food. Whatever you're good at making is good food. And whatever you're currently able to make yourself eat is good food. You don't need to use guilt and shame to punish yourself into eating better. If you have specific dietary and fitness goals, then you need to get specific with your plan. Make a meal plan. Start collecting recipes. Don't do yourself a disservice by vaguely deciding that you're not doing a good job nourishing yourself. It can be really fucking hard to feed yourself, and let alone feed your kids if you're a parent. If you're doing your best, then I think you have to give yourself some grace.
Is there something that spurred this Bug advice?
No, I think about this all the time.
Really?
There's a lot of really, especially the health and wellness space, there's a lot of really negative content on TikTok and other short form apps where people are like, you're not eating well, you need to do these 5 simple tricks, you need to whatever. Just remember that all those people are selling you something. All of those people are trying to sell you a lifestyle that they may or may not subscribe to. And regardless, it may or may not work for you or be feasible for you. And I think it's really easy to allow these people to profit off of your guilt that you're not doing better. And better isn't a real thing you can do. You can concretely decide to make changes, maybe if they fit within your budget and what you're able to do with the amount of time that you have, but you can't just vaguely be doing bad. You have to decide what good is for you first.
I guess this is just something that I don't know how to receive this advice because I don't feel that I have this kind of relationship with food. I don't think I ever worry about what anyone thinks is good food. I simply think I need to not eat cheese before I go to sleep or a giant bowl of cereal before bed. And that's kind of where it stops. Are people really putting this much weird pressure on this kind of thing?
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Yeah, just eat fucking food. You can I do think that you can, there are things that are probably better than other things in terms of if you can afford to get lots of produce and have fresh vegetables that are of good quality, that's going to be good. I guess I don't know what you're saying.
I think even in the small ways where maybe this isn't something that you struggle with all the time, but I think that we can probably all relate to just having the feeling of man, I should be eating better. And I don't think that means anything. I think you have to make it mean something.
So it's become one of those kind of meaningless stressors of I should be better at this. I should do this. I should do a better job of this. I'm not doing good enough at this. Another thing to stress out about. I guess that's interesting. And Coyote Astronaut says, Moss, people count calories on baby carrots. Man, that's rough.
Yeah.
Matt Bliss says, if you're not Brian Johnson, a calorie is a calorie. Joe says, my rule for good food. Oh, it went off the screen. Dang it.
I've got it.
The YouTube chat's busted.
Joe says, my rule for good food, the less ingredients, the better. If the food you're eating is only in...
Is its only ingredient.
I thought is only ingredient. It's good.
If your food's only made of ingredients, you're cooking.
Yeah, no. Chicken is chicken, broccoli is broccoli, but also eat what makes you feel good.
No, but I know it. I do feel like that is empirically true. If you have chicken and you cook it, you've got chicken. You got broccoli. You have a core food that is what it is.
I think that's really good advice if you're worried about additives in your food to maybe start just trying to cook with more whole ingredients. But I would also encourage a lot of us to figure out why we're worried about additives, what those additives are, Because honestly, probably one of the biggest secret additives in our food is like salt. And so you have to figure out, this is me specifically not saying that you need to only be cooking with anything or doing whatever. You need to just like be nice to yourself for keeping yourself alive. And you need to make really clear goals. Like if you want to cook more at home, buy local fresh ingredients, or, finally check out one of those meal prep kits you hear about on podcasts all the time. Pick a thing and do that thing. Don't just like tell yourself, I should be doing better. But, I think if you phrase it not like, I'm finally eating well, and instead phrase it like, I'm trying something new or I'm adding something to my repertoire, you're going to be a lot more likely to succeed in keeping that thing in your life.
For sure.
I think that a lot of people put a lot of pressure on food. And I see that and I hear people tell me that. Like, I'm someone who cooks and is really comfortable cooking. And a lot of my friends will be really scared to say things, I think, to me, because they'll be like, she'll know I'm a fake. And it's like, you're not a fake. You're feeding yourself. Like, you're doing a good job.
That's interesting. It's not a relationship I have with like feeling shame about anything that I eat, and I recognize that that's a privileged position. So I'm sorry I don't have anything to back up what you're saying. I'm just listening and learning.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Emily says, as someone with a chronic illness that affects my weight, I deal with those feelings a lot. It really sucks.
It really sucks. Nobody can tell you what good food is for you other than like your doctor, if they're a good doctor and you trust them. Like, you guys can talk about that, but like other people don't know what you need.
Yeah, Matt Bliss says a good example. If you're consuming content about optimizing your gut microbiome but can only afford certain foods, prioritize the food. Yeah,
that's exactly right. It is, I think, a plague on our society. It's like a specifically, not that it doesn't happen in other countries, but this is a really specifically American problem, is people who can barely afford their groceries worried about their gut health.
Well, we have a real problem with the most affordable and most available food being extremely like low quality, very highly processed, super unhealthy stuff. And like, there's only so much you can do about that. We have food deserts in this country all over the place. Yeah. Like, your availability is a big thing.
And if you think you don't live in a food desert, how long does it take you to get to a grocery store? They're really common. I lived in one for over 10 years.
Yeah, there's food deserts even inside of Lexington. There's neighborhoods, yeah.
Well, I lived in one specifically because I didn't drive. I literally had to just figure out how to get to the grocery store. I couldn't walk to one.
And very little public transportation, although the bus here is a lot better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's rough. And like N Squared said, this bug advice is really, stop being so hard on yourself, guys. We're all just trying to live.
Yeah, and I think that it's really important to be critical of the ways in which you're being hard on yourself and why. Because I do think, Moss, not to call you out, this is something you're guilty of being hard on yourself vaguely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's nothing. You can't ever win if you don't know how to play the game and you are defining the rules for yourself.
Yeah. I just don't do it with food.
Yeah.
I'm also like one of those dudes. I used to live in Vermont and we had like a big swath of land and we grew like a bunch of vegetables and like I ate all my own eggs. I'm like one of those weirdos. Like I don't know.
He loves eggs. He's one of those freaks.
Yeah. I've been very fortunate to not have that kind of relationship with things. Coyote Astronaut says, I grew up in a diet house and some foods also turned my guts inside out. The whole thing is wild.
Yeah, I feel also very fortunate in that I did not grow up with a lot of negative talk around food. And I also grew up in a house where I was taught how to cook. That's a huge place of privilege. I am coming from a very, very privileged position. And I think the reason that this might sound so odd to you, Mason, is because like you're saying, you also didn't grow up with this kind of like really negative relationship around food. But I feel really passionate about that kind of feeling that people have because I care about a lot of people that feel that way about food. And I think food is like the best part of being alive. Like I love eating. And so I think it's really important to remember that eating can be really fun and also it keeps you alive.
Yeah, I did also, I had all these chickens and eggs and our own vegetables and stuff, but I did also drink Soylent for a while because I am one of those people who kind of couldn't care less about food at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I could take a pill in the morning that made me fulfilled all of my nutritional needs, I would do that every day. Absolutely. I would eat once in a while as a treat because you're really good at cooking, but I would never fucking bother with it otherwise. And I don't know. I'm wired that way. And also, I'm a tiny little guy through absolutely none of my own actions and have been my whole life. And so I've been privileged to like not have people make comments or like, you know, to anyone pressure me about anything like that, I guess. And so man, fucking, you are doing okay. You're doing good. Do your best. You got this.
And also, like, I think you probably are already doing your best. And you might be sitting here like, in fact, I know some of you are sitting here like, oh yeah, but Bug's not talking about me. I should eat better. And it's like, no, I'm talking directly to you.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're sitting there and thinking, I should eat better, that's nothing. If you want to do something specific, try that.
Boom. That's your bug advice. I don't want to get too sermon-y, lecture-y.
Yeah. The bug advice is hard because I'm like, I don't really know anybody's stuff. This is just things I think about.
Yeah. Coyote Astronaut says, dude, I miss Soylent powder. That was my breakfast and lunch go-to with all effort going into dinner and good snacks. Yeah, same. I was like way too busy in this period of my life, and it was a lifesaver to have something like that I could just whip up in the morning and drink through the day.
I made a face because I think it's icky, but if it works for you and it has the nutrition you need, and also specifically, I love the way that Coyote phrased this, if it helps you put more effort into the meals you are making, which I think is great because it's really like good. I think it's just good for you to like do stuff for yourself, to make yourself something nice to eat that you're excited to eat. I think that's like overall really nourishing, not just because of the content of the food, but because it's like self-care.
Yeah. No, it is. It's 7:32 on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show on Wednesday, July 8th, 2026. And I wanted to let you know that this show is made possible by our partners and supporters on Patreon. You can join at patreon.com/Bug and Moss. There's a bunch of different levels you can join in at. And one of those is Community Partner, where you get an ad read. And I would like to let y'all know that today I want to read an ad for our community partner, Colin M. Parker. Colin is a variety streamer on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Mondays, we do No Bones. I'm part of that one. Wednesday, 6 p.m. tonight, Colin is continuing the Final Fantasy Reset series, although I also know that Colin is having issues with his computer. So, Colin, if I'm wrong, this is your chance to jump in and chat. But usually on Wednesdays at 6 p.m., Colin is playing through the Final Fantasy games from the beginning of the series to the end. And if he hits certain goals, he has to restart. So you can tune in and be part of that journey and also kind of, I don't know, help drive Colin insane if you want to. And Colin says, I need to do the Reset series because I need to fund at least one new PC part. Yeah, so donation goals. If you want to help Colin financially and hurt him mentally, I guess, you can join in for the Reset series. And then on Friday, Colin does music shows, including That All New Punk, where they blind tier list new punk tunes for the first time, rating new tunes that they've heard. And WBRP, where Twitch subscribers get to submit one song per month for chat to listen to and discuss. All at twitch.tv/Colin M. Parker. I'm going to go ahead and shout out Colin M. Parker in the chat here. And there's links in the show notes, of course. If you're not following Colin, go ahead and give Colin a follow. Check it out. Also, check out Colin's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Colin M. Parker, with variety content, including mine and Colin's series, Answering Questions Without Listening, which we're going to be recording more of, which is just this fun little thing we started doing. And Rat House. It's a variety Let's Play channel on YouTube featuring a bunch of streamers and some of our friends at youtube.com/@RealRatHouse. That's our Community M partners. That's our Colin M partners. Shit. That's how makes the show possible.
That's how makes show go.
Thank you. It is 7:34 on the Bug and Mouse Morning Telephone Show. 2 minutes in the ad break, Bug. How'd that feel?
That felt really good.
And Squared right before this said 7 a.m. bug sermon. I'm here with my bug Bible.
I saw that. Right before that, I also saw Matt Bliss left a great comment that I want to use to button up the bug advice.
Okay.
Which is an addendum, perhaps, that I think can be fun and great to learn. Finding the combination of foods, macros, whatever, that maximizes your goals is a great thing to stow away for yourself, not for others. My standard eating regime is extremely healthy because 15 to 20 years of learning about all of this diet stuff and learning that I'm just a big boy. Figuring out what works for you and what your body looks and feels like when it's healthy is huge. And you have to do that on your own.
Mm-hmm. Gotta just live your life, man.
I thought you were just about to say, God is real.
God is real, man. What can I say? And he's in the food you eat.
We're doing a lot of pivots today.
Uh-oh. Yeah, by the way, so we mentioned sermon. By the way, I'm glad you all gathered here. There's something I want to talk to you about. It's called telephones.
I think the kind of church that you would have is the sort of cult that I would accidentally join by being like, guys, you got to come see this fucking crazy guy.
Me?
He's so weird. And he gets up there and he says all this shit. And then we've been going consistently for 6 months and we're like, are we in this church? Like, do we go to this cult?
I don't think you're the one with cult leader energy.
That's true.
I don't think I have cult leader energy.
I'm
too passive.
Yeah, but see, that's the trick. That's how you've lured us in.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what a very tricky cult leader would say.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, chat. I wish we had a different name than chat. I don't like saying hey, chat.
I love saying hey, chat.
It makes me feel chuggy as fuck.
It makes me feel chuggy, and I love it.
Hey, callers. Hey, people who are hanging out
with
us.
Hey, chat.
Which of the two of us is more likely to be a cult leader?
Oh, well,
I don't even think it's a contest.
I know the answer to that.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
fine.
It's so obviously you.
Oh, hell yeah, Emily. Hey, freaks.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Hey, freaks.
Freaks. Yeah, and Emily immediately also says bug. Yeah, it's 100% bug.
Yeah.
Bug cult for sure. I don't know what it is. You just have the thing. And although Squared says you're the figurehead and Bug's pulling the strings. Yeah, I mean, we could start a cult. All of us could start a cult. This could be, everyone here right now could be leadership circle. Everyone who joins in the future, you're not seeing this. Mind magic. That'll be a big thing we could do maybe. Mind magic.
Yeah, mind magic is really
nightmare. I don't know what that's from, but my friend Elias kept doing that while we were playing D&D.
That's very
It was
funny.
killing me. Gosh. And Emily says, I'd join a cult if Bug was the leader.
Thank you. This is why I have to be very strong and not give into those impulses.
All you got to do is bring two of your friends, and if each of them brings two of their friends, we can all be our own boss.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the phones. 848-667-7284. 848-MOSS-BUG is the number to call. The telephone lines are always open for you to drop a line. Tell us whatever you're thinking about. We got a voicemail here from literal genius, literal stranger, Coyote Astronaut.
What's up, Bug? What's up, Moss? This is your literal stranger, Coyote Astronaut. And on Friday, y'all got a call in about animals and their prefrontal cortexes and or lack thereof. And I have dog stories for you about Gwen, who was my dog previous to Dr. Noodle's PhD. She was a foundling. Our other dog at the time had found her basically in a snowstorm and brought her home. And we didn't find the owners, and her chick was defected, and so we kept her.
Oh, wow.
And she was perfect in her way, and she was also a skilled thief. And one of my favorite things about her is there was a time that she worked out how to get us to stand up and leave food by pretending she needed to go outside. And she'd give us the cue that she needed to go outside. We would stand up, start walking toward the door, and she would dash back and grab something off of our plate. And so I don't know what lit up in her brain that was the trick, but once she figured that out, she got us a few times before we realized what she was doing, and then after that, everything had to be moved to shoulder level or above before taking her, quote unquote, outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was amazing. She was grumpy and phenomenal dog. I loved her so much. And
too smart.
Yeah. So anyway, sometimes dogs can plan, or if not plan, something lights up, and it's pretty cool. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, that's awesome. Don't dogs have a bigger the only animal that I've actually heard of having a really small prefrontal cortex is cats. And it's not that it's not existent, it's that it's small.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure dogs do, because dogs are capable. There's a lot of dogs that are pretty smart. There's a lot of working dogs out there.
I'm obsessed with that because
Gwen sounds amazing.
Yeah, she's incredible. And you hear a lot about training dogs, but you don't hear a lot about dogs training you. And that's a top-notch dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like you do, though, because as you said that, I was like, that feels like a hashtag dog owner is saying. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. That's so cute, though, and also so devious to figure out that, everyone gets up when I say I got to go out. And then just imagining her just being like, get the food back. It's so good. Also, if you're a listener of this program and you have not gotten to see Dr. Noodle's PhD, you should jump in the Discord and join the Sleeping Boys channel, where there's just a bunch of people sharing pictures of their pets and stuff, sleeping and snuggling. It's really cute. Dr. Noodles is a regular fixture over there, as well as a lot of other wonderful pets from the freaks in our forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bug, you ever have a dog?
I've had a few dogs. Yeah, I grew up with dogs.
Oh, really? Name every dog. I don't know why I want to be like this.
Well, we had a big Great Pyrenees.
Ooh.
He was very big. He was like 6 feet on his hind legs.
That's a big boy.
His name was Jake. We had a dog, Shishi. She was a pit bull boxer. She was so cute.
Oh, I love a pity.
Yeah, so cute. What kind of dogs you have?
I grew up with a dog named KM, which is ironic because that's my parents' initials, each of them, KM. But it was also the name of this Australian energy drink that my parents used to sell to try and make money when I was a little kid. If it's not evident from everything about me, grew up kind of poor. And there was this like weird off-brand energy drink called KM for a while, I guess. And my parents were trying to sell that. And KM was the shit, yo. She was like my bestie when I was little. She unfortunately passed away, I think, when I was about 12. But this dog used to like watch me while I was outside and like stop me from going into the front yard where I wasn't allowed because of the road and cars and stuff. And she was just like so smart. My parents have more stories because I was so little, but she was just a brilliant, brilliant dog. She literally was like my bestie. We were inseparable. She had a little white triangle on her forehead, like a perfect triangle. And I think about that a lot.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And then we had Lucy, who is a golden lab, yellow lab, who had absolutely half of one brain cell.
Yeah.
And jumped in the air so much and caused so much problems. And we tried so hard to like, I don't know, train her and like be a good dog parents, but Lucy was just completely incorrigible. And then at one point, I think my dad read in some book that pioneers, when they would walk with their dogs, like pioneers, I don't know what the fuck he was reading. Sorry, Dad, not to throw shade on you, but I don't know where the fuck he read this, was like, oh, they used to tie the front right leg to the back left leg with like a loose piece of rope so that the dog could still walk with a normal gait. But when they try to jump, it pulls their leg out from under them. And so he did this for all of 5 minutes because Lucy just immediately fell over.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And my dad was like, oh, this sucks. She's going to get like hurt. That's not good.
Yeah.
She also used to chew her own tail to the point of like excess. Not like crazy excess, but she used to chew on her own tail a lot. And we would like take her outside and exercise her. And so we were like, what's going on? And at one point we tried to like put like wrapping her tail and stuff that she would want to chew, but she just loved it. My dad put hot sauce on her tail once. She loved it.
She's living.
Lucy was a wild dog. She was a lot of fun though. She had a very, very good life. And then that's all the dogs I've been.
My parents have Rocky.
Oh yeah, and then Rocky. My parents have Rocky, but they got Rocky after I moved out.
Oh, did they? I didn't realize. Rocky's a sweet dog too.
I shot out of there at 18.
Is Rocky a Doberman?
I don't think so. Rocky is very much a mix of a lot of different things.
He's a big boy.
He's a rescue dog from somewhere down south. I know that. And I don't know how they came across him, but he's also a smart dog.
Yeah.
He's a really good boy. Anyway, thanks for listening to us talk about our dogs.
Yeah.
Here's another phone call. This one's from Emily.
Hey, Bug and Moss. It is Emily, and you've also got Lizzie, too.
Hello.
Lizzie?
Hey! To say hello.
That's a horse.
Has a question for you today because she heard that Bug has a beef with apples. So Lizzie is offended by that, and now she is forcing you to answer a question. If you had to be an apple, what kind of apple would you be? This is all coming from Lizzie. I'm not making this up at all. Lizzie can confirm that this is directly coming from her. She believes that she would be a Honeycrisp apple because she is big, juicy, and sweet. Again, that is what she believes. I am not assigning that to her. Do I agree with that sentiment? Yes, I do think that she's a Honeycrisp apple.
This horse is like big, juicy, and sweet. I might also be a Honeycrisp apple, so because I'm also larger. And I guess juicy. I don't know.
Go off. Yes, juicy.
I am sweet.
Juicy is a hard self-descriptor.
So, disagree. Yeah. Own it.
What kind of apple would you be if you were an apple? We're not looking at the door. So yeah, that is your question for today from a horse.
Hell yeah.
See you later.
Thank you for the call, Emily. And also hello to AJ, who is watching very briefly while he poops at work.
Yes.
And said that in chat. That's a great question. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Lizzie. I'm loving all of the voicemails from horseback. That makes me
it's
so
awesome.
happy. Bug Fan Club says, from her, you mean from the horse's mouth.
Hell yeah. That's right.
I think I would be a Granny Smith. I know
Fuck you. I'm a Granny Smith.
No, you get out of here.
I'm a Granny Smith. Fuck you.
No, go back to the poop store where you live.
You own the poop store.
Oh, yeah, but you live there paying me rent. I'm the Granny Smith.
All right. I think I'm a Granny Smith.
No, dude, I'm the Granny Smith for sure. 100%. Tell you what, I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it. This is going to look like dog shit. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, scissors, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors cuts paper.
All right, he gets to be Granny Smith.
Pick your own apple now.
Okay, tell me why you're a Granny Smith.
Because I'm a little tart.
Okay, go on.
That's it. I'm just a little tart.
That's all you have?
I got a little zazz.
I'm going to let you have Granny Smith since it is the microphone apple.
The microphone? Oh, you mean the app? Because it has malic acid that fucks with the surface tension of your saliva and makes it not snappy, so your mouth doesn't pop when you're recording.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Colin M. Parker, and I'm also gonna be a Cosmic Crisp because that's the only other apple I like.
So Cosmic Crisp apples, if you've never had one, are very interesting because I think they're very engineered, as are all apple varietals.
Mm-hmm.
But Cosmic Crisps are Cosmic Crisps.
That's my gang.
They're in a gang. Yeah, you can tell that those apples, they walk across the ground in like a really cool way.
Yeah, they've got a cool thing going on.
The Cosmic Crisp apples are a more recent variety of apple, and they, in my mind, have created kind of the platonic ideal of a standard apple because it is very much not too sweet, but it's not mealy and gross like a Red Delicious.
Fuck Red Delicious, dude.
Those apples are rough, man. It is middle sliders of every like middle slider, middle value, straight down the road, top of the bell curve, pip, pip, Cheerio, top of the morning to you, basic apple. 100%.
Yeah, well, so a Cosmic Crisp is a cross between a Honey Crisp and Enterprise apples, and they do this thing that I love, which is I had apples as a kid that I liked, like a golden apple, like those yellow ones.
Oh yeah.
But they don't last very long, and Cosmic Crisps have a very long shelf life.
Yeah,
which makes them better for shipping them all over, which is why you can just find them in your grocery store.
And they take a while to rust too. Like if you bite into it and let it sit, it doesn't turn brown. It
does take a while. And it tastes good. It's a good apple. I've had better Cosmic Crisps than others, but I think overall it's a really sturdy, strong apple, and it has turned me around on apples, not because I don't also love Granny Smith, and I think Granny Smith is more reliable. It's been around for a lot longer. I like a reliable apple. However...
Nothing worse than when you bite into an apple and it's suddenly not fucking there.
Listen, there is nothing worse than biting into an apple and having a disappointment, because it's usually a gross one.
Yeah, that's true.
I honestly don't really eat apples off the core. I cut into them mostly, and I usually find some shit I don't like, so I cut that off. But
those are seeds, Bug. It's not that big of it.
No, I'm talking about brown spots and wormholes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like icky stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am historically an apple hater, but in my defense, I grew up on Red Delicious, and they suck.
Yeah, I grew up on getting Granny Smith and Red Delicious alternatingly. And
yes.
I honestly feel like Red Delicious used to be better, or maybe my mouth was underdeveloped.
Yeah.
Colin said Cosmic Crisp. Alex says I would be Pen Pineapple Apple Pen, but bass boosted every time he says pen. Very, very Alex brand. Let's see who else is thrown it in here. AJ would be an Apple Jacks cereal, so you could still be an sense. AJ. Love that. Alex also says, follow-up question from the band The Garden. Have you ever seen an apple? Have you ever seen an apple crip walking around? Bug Fan Club is a Golden Delicious. That's a great choice. That matches your hair, I feel like. In a good way. Colin says, what if apples was one of us?
What if they was?
Just in gangs like one of us. I don't really know how that song goes. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Was I close?
Yeah.
Yeah. N Squared says they made a new apple that is like a Cosmic Crisp but can withstand climate change or something. Hey, that's pretty interesting. That's might be crazy. On the show news tomorrow.
Can we talk about bananas?
Yeah.
Do you know so bananas are crazy, right? Like we only eat one kind, and we're desperately trying to figure it out because they don't make more.
Oh. Yeah.
So all the bananas that we eat are, I'm on the Wikipedia page scrolling aggressively. Bananas typically have seeds.
Yeah.
So the bananas that we get don't have seeds.
Right. You can see where they should be if you look in the middle when you bite the banana.
And the problem with that, though, is that they can't just make more bananas.
Yeah, they're not propagated naturally.
And so it's some kind of European trash.
Don't they clone them? Isn't it like a cloning thing that they do to make new bananas?
Yeah.
We can do a fruit special tomorrow. We can take some time and research this and do some special.
I'll talk about bananas tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'll talk about the climate change apple too. I did find it. Thank you, N squared. We'll do a special episode about fruit tomorrow. So if you want to call in with anything that you want to say about fruit, interesting stuff about fruits, berries, things that grow from trees or bushes, I guess. 848 Mossbug. Call them and leave them. We'll talking fruit tomorrow.
Calling the climate change apple the sun flare rips. That's the most badass thing I've ever heard.
I trying to take a note and also stay plugged into the conversation and also read chat. And I have just typed talking fruit tomorrow into the address bar of my browser. I need to just remember that we made this plan.
I think that's beautiful.
Don't let me forget.
I wrote it on my list.
Okay.
In
your browser address bar?
No, in my notes app on the soundboard.
Wow, that is right there.
Yeah, I was listening to the episode the other day from when I was still high from the night before where I just Googled chestnut and I was going through a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I was trying to look up Joey Chestnut.
Oh.
So I just Googled chestnut.
So you're trying to sort of figure out what the deal is with chestnuts. Coyote Astronaut said, I need to know more about apples to figure out which weird heirloom variety feels right. My favorite grocery store apple right now is Pink Lady.
Oh, pink ladies are good.
Pink ladies are pretty good. I do like a pink lady. And then Colin says, opinions are like wormholes. Every apple has one or whatever. Gandhi. Whatever Gandhi said. But Colin also said that he would be Cosmic Crisp because not enough people know about... Sorry, I keep burping. Colin says, I'm a Cosmic Crisp because not enough people know about me yet, but I have all the stuff you love about other apples. But
hell yeah,
and
hell
if you
yeah.
just gave me a shot, I think you'd have a new favorite apple.
That's right.
That's Colin's self-apple elevator pitch.
I really like this Bug Fan Club comment. I don't like any fruits that get juices on my hands. So if it's spherical, I won't. Okay, so if it's spherical, only like bananas, berries, and flat peaches. I won't eat apples and such unless it's cut for me. And Matty B has just realized this and has never rolled his eyes harder.
That's so funny. Wait, so you don't like spherical fruits that get juices on
unless they're cut for her.
That's interesting.
Which I respect.
Because I really hate the sensory experience of like when you bite into a really juicy peach or a plum and it gets all over your hand. I also hate that. But I think for me, it's just so outweighed by the sheer bliss of a peach or a plum.
This is why it is actually true that it is such a fucking cool hack to like eat an orange in the shower. I remember the first time I did that and I was like, this is the best day of my life. Or like if you're eating fruit at a beach and you can just get in the ocean. Like it is such a vibe.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm a messy boy. It doesn't matter. I'm about to wash it off.
It's so funny because I'll know that Bug is going to get in the shower when I like step into the bathroom to pee and I see on the counter there's an orange and a beer.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, Bug's about to take a shower.
And the orange smells nice in the shower.
Yeah, it does. You're so right about that. I've only done it once. We should do it more. We should just get a big bag of oranges and keep them in the bathroom. Maybe not in the bathroom.
No, we're not going to do that, but maybe some other stuff.
Keep them outside the bathroom, easily accessible.
Hey, I'm going to blow up your spot. Mason eats kiwis with the skin on.
Yeah, I was about to blow up my own spot. So N squared in chat says, so a kiwi is your ideal fruit? Yes, I love a kiwi and I don't peel it. I bite into it. I just eat right through that chest hair, baby. It is totally fine. The skin of those things actually adds a little bit of tartness. It's pretty good. Okay, yeah, see, Matt Bliss says, I tried a skin kiwi and it rocks.
Hey, what's a skin kiwi?
A kiwi with the skin on, Bug. You know how kiwis have like hair? You know,
yeah, no, I know that. I just describing it as a skin kiwi is upsetting.
Yeah, I will say that's definitely not how I would brand it if I was trying to convert someone. And Square calls it a skiwi.
Skiwi.
It's not, I don't know if it's for everyone, but I certainly enjoy it because I don't like cutting a kiwi. I don't like cutting up a kiwi. I don't like peeling anything. I eat my peanuts with the shell on too.
I accidentally ate a cherry pit today, and it kind of ruined my whole vibe.
That's a bummer. It's going to grow in your tummy into a big old tree.
I know.
And then I'm going to have a wife who's a tree.
Yeah, and that's cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I am pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, you can climb on me and stuff.
Yeah, I'll take good care of you, too. I'll, like, water your roots or whatever.
I'm, like, looking over at the dead plants in the window, like, quaking.
Hey, all of the tree is perfectly fine.
The tree is fine.
The forget-me-nots got roasted in the sun, and so they're just kind of sitting there.
We need to plant more flowers.
Yeah, I have more wildflower mix. The problem is that it gets so hot in this window. I have to put something up to mitigate it. Hey, if anyone knows any tips for window gardening, like I got plants that like direct sun, but what I didn't realize is the window just like, it's a different vibe because there's no airflow, so they really do just roast, and it's kind of rough.
We also do close the curtains sometimes.
Yeah, but that's fine because it's white on the inside, so it's just like nice and bright. But it just does get, but also that traps air, and so it gets really hot. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to look into it. But no, Bug, I would take care of you because I'd plant you outside. I would move. I would leave this house and I would go like build a house in the forest. I would build like a big fairy house for us out of logs and like sticks.
Logs?
Yeah. Whoa, you're so right. It would have to be sticks and branches, things
that you collect?
Yeah, that fell down naturally.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I could build it up to be like sort of a, like a nice little, like that guy on YouTube who makes
Or maybe you could like nicely ask your wife to grow into a house.
Hey, Bug, do you think you'd be able to do that? If you were
Wouldn't that be cool?
When this cherry sprouts in your tummy and you turn into a tree, do you think you could become our house?
This is one of my favorite lores of the elves in Aragon. I love Aragon, guys. Aragon's such a good book. Dragon Rider Boy, so cute. But I love the lore of the elves in this is that they're so like environmentally conscious. And so they're all vegetarians, right? But they also like don't over harvest the land and they're super into it. And they sing their homes and stuff from the trees. There's one thing too where if they have an instrument, they like sing it from the tree. They don't chop the tree down. They like negotiate with the tree.
That's
Which
cool.
like it fucking rips. It's fun lore.
My thought is that this thing, you turning into a tree by eating cherry pits, could be one of the most financially advantageous decisions we've made in modern times.
I'm feeling that way too because all of a sudden you were like, well, now that you're going to be a tree, we can just move and build our own house, which I didn't know was a thing that we would just be able to do all of a sudden now that I'm a tree.
Well, it would be out of necessity because if you were a tree, Bug, we live in an apartment with a drop ceiling. What are you going to do?
Grow up.
Grow up?
Yeah, through.
Through the roof? Yeah, dude, they're going to be pissed about that. Can you imagine if you had to explain to your landlord that you grew a tree through the roof of your apartment?
If we don't ever leave, we don't ever have to tell them.
I once rented a house. I'm morally opposed to the concept of landlording. I don't like it. But I prefer to rent from a person rather than a company when possible. And I had a friend landlord, not really, I mean, kind of, I liked him. It was a guy I rented a house from, and he told me stories about tenants that were pretty wild.
Yeah.
And one of the stories he told me was that tenants painted the entire apartment, ceiling included, black. Ceiling and floor.
This
painted
is so crazy.
all of the walls, ceiling, and floor of the entire apartment black, which was a nightmare to try and turn back normal. So I'm just imagining trying to grow a tree through the roof of a building and just coming back like as a landlord and being like, how now I expected a lot of things being bad, but I did not expect a tree.
Yeah, I think I'm also morally opposed.
Coyote said, but it's fine. That tree is my wife.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on the lease, and I have rights, and I can't help that I grow.
Yeah, I'm not an arborist. I'm not saying that like you're. Well, that's not what arborist means.
No,
you know what I mean, though. I support you, tree wife.
Yeah, but I'm saying they can't kick me out for being a tree.
A couple people in chat are asking, a couple of the freaks are like, why would you paint the whole apartment black? And I have no idea, and I don't think he knew either. I can imagine, though, that it would be kind of cool. Like, after he said that, I started picturing the whole apartment in like completely in black, and I was like, that would kind of be rad.
Yeah, either they're real freaks or they're real theater freaks, and they were like black box
theater style thing.
Yeah,
it would kind of rip. If I did that though, I would get all those little sticky glow in the dark stars, and they would be everywhere.
If I would do that, I will say, but like not in a rental and then not paint it back. Like the whole kind of thing is that if you paint, you have to unpaint.
I see an apartment and I want to paint it black.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leonard says maybe they were up to evil doings. I would paint an entire room black. Yeah, Leonard, you would. And I wouldn't hold it against you. Matt Bliss says, imagine painting it Vanta black and you can't
So
see
funny.
the corners. Yeah, the super dark. I think it would be really cool. I would totally live in a place that, well, maybe not all black, because I also like light.
I think also it would be cool, like, we want to live in a warehouse,
Yeah,
so we
that's
kind
the
of
truth.
want to live in a shell that you can then add other things to, and it is sort of like compelling to paint a room entirely black and then do things within it. But I just get a vibe that it was probably weirder than that. It was probably just some kids like painting the whole thing black and then going, that's cool, I guess.
If I recall correctly, he said it was really not well done.
Yeah, I could have guessed that.
Yeah, that it was just kind of everywhere.
In my head canon, they painted the floor, but it was carpet.
Karamaror says, unpainting is unappealing as much as I would like to paint.
Yeah.
Unpainting is a wild thing to imagine. I think, could you soak a roller in paint stripper and roll it up and down a wall and take the paint away?
No, it wouldn't work.
No, probably not.
No.
The way that I tried to say paint and said pain made me think about the Peaches song, Fuck the Pain Away.
Fuck
and
the
I was
pain
like,
away.
can you unpaint a wall that way?
That is on my playlist, Depraved Faves. Wow.
Depraved Faves, yeah.
That I shared with y'all recently, and that was an addition from my old boss, Daniel. Great choice.
Matt Bliss says, nowhere in 10 in agreements about growing through the ceiling.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't keep me from growing. It is my right to thrive. I have a right to thrive.
A right to thrive and a right to grow up through the ceiling. It is 8 o'clock. Thank you for spending your Wednesday morning hanging out and waking up with us here on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. I hope you're excited for tomorrow's episode all about fruit. If you got anything that you want to send into the voicemail, go ahead and call it in. 848 Moss Bug. We're talking fruit and berries and fruit and berry developments, fruit and berry science, fruit and berry enjoyment.
Oh, and like Matt has just put in the chat, vote for Bug and Moss as a couple. America's favorite couple. We'll put a link in the show notes until the voting is over.
Yeah, vote for us at America's favorite couple. We have no chance, but it's so much fun.
Yeah,
Who knows?
wouldn't it be fun? Let's just like upset it,
Wouldn't it
you know?
be a meme if we won?
It'd be such a meme.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. We love you, and I love you so much, Bug.
I love you, Moss.
This is Bug and Moss.
If we ever start like a production company, like a cartoon, and at the end of it, you know how it'd be like, Klasky, Supo, or it'd be like, hi, I'm Paul. Ours would be that.
Yeah, ours is that.
Hey, Az, is that okay?
Yeah.
This is my favorite sound effect anyone's ever made.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.